Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the historic town of Goldfield, Nevada. And quite a history in this town that ties in with Wyatt Earp, Virgil Earp, Jack Dempsey, the prize fighter. Yeah, he was a miner here and started fighting for a few extra dollars in this town and went on to become heavyweight boxing champion of the world in the early 1900s. It's a town that's definitely past its prime. I hope you enjoyed that little opener today. Reason being is, well, until around 1907, this was the biggest city in Nevada with over 20,000 people in it. Today, something on the order of about 400 people here, and it's strictly a tourist town. Well, what caused the big boom, of course, was what causes the big boom in a lot of these western towns: gold, gold, gold. And the rush was on, and brought all kinds of miners, and they started pulling a lot of gold out here. The problem was, after a while, it became uneconomical to process the gold here, and the town dried up. And then in 1923, it was victimized by a terrible fire. Interestingly enough, it started with a moonshine still gone wrong, and most of the buildings in town were destroyed. Well, the town was never the same again. Not much left of it today, but certainly enough to warrant a stop. We're over a mile high here, 5,300 feet above sea level. So pace yourself accordingly if you come to Goldfield. So let's look around a little bit and check it out. This is the historic Goldfield Hotel, and up until a while ago during the pandemic, it was still open for guests. It's supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the state of Nevada. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool looking building. As many buildings, it was probably put up in the early 1900s. It became a fashionable place to stay. Mark Twain was also a resident here for a while. He made his way around Reno, Carson City, places like that. Is a newspaper writer up to Virginia City. This is one of the towns that he frequented. Pretty well-known guy. Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens. You know him for all of his one of the early great American novelists. One of the things I really like is, after a fire, a lot of the structures, what was left of them, were just left standing, like this one. Back in 1881, there was a pretty famous gunfight. You might have heard about it. The shootout at the OK Corral in Tombstone, Arizona. Well, one of the residents that died here was named Virgil Earp. And of course, his brother Wyatt is a little more well known. He had another brother, and he hung out with, had his own little gang. He was deputy marshal in Tombstone, along with his brother. Hung out with Doc Holliday, who unfortunately died of tuberculosis. After that famous gunfight, which was based on some trash talking by what's called the Cowboys, two of whom, the Clanton brothers, were getting a little so upset because the Earps and the law was interfering with their illegal activities in Tombstone. So they started to trash talk the Earp brothers, resulting in a showdown at the OK Corral. Well, Virgil Earp was injured during that gunfight, and he came here to recuperate in the town of Goldfield, whereupon he caught pneumonia and died sometimes later. But it's kind of amazing how all these old western towns are kind of connected. Very handsome building here, the Nixon Winfield block, Goldfield Consolidated Mining Company. As you can tell, the wind blows here, something fierce. A mile high up in here in the Nevada desert. Goldfield. It is windy, it's kind of chilly, very high altitude here. Not much more to see, nothing's really open. It is a Monday, so a lot of shops are going to be closed. We've got one more stop to make in Goldfield. I almost forgot it.